My name is Nicole Ravens. I've been with UTA for 3 years. I'm a police officer and I'm currently a canine handler. My favorite project that I've worked on with UTA is working on our domestic violence program and having a really organized and regimented resource packet for all of the officers to have that can get them through a domestic violence investigation, following the law and our policy and making sure that we check all the boxes that we need to. I love everything about being a police officer. It's something that I've always wanted to do, and it's really fulfilling. And something that I like about being a police officer here at UTA is that I'm not restricted to just working with one community. I get to work with people in cities all over the Wasatch Front, and I just get to meet new people and see how different things are. It's just really fulfilling to work with a bunch of different communities. It's an intrinsic pull, so I wanted to always be a police officer. It's just something that has always interested me. I feel like I've always had the personality and the ability to have a job that demands the kind of emotional and physical demands that it does. And so I figured I would be wasting opportunity if I didn't become a police officer. If I could talk to another younger woman or girl who wants to become a police officer or who maybe is thinking about it, I would say to go for it. Females are really a valued piece in being a police officer. We bring different aspects that maybe some men don't bring, just as men bring aspects to the job as they do, and it's extremely fulfilling. And sometimes you just kind of gotta mess with the gender norms and just show that women can be strong and women can be assertive and women can be compassionate, and you can be all of those things at once. I was out with a domestic violence victim, and she was really upset. She had physical signs of a fight, that she had been physically abused, and sometimes it's difficult for women who are victims of abuse to speak with a male police officer, usually because the male would be the perpetrator. And so I've gone in and I spoke with this woman and I explained to her resources, and I think that it was just kind of a nice bridge to cross, and that I was able to help get her to where she needs to be, or somewhere she might be emotionally unavailable. I think someone else should consider working at UTA because there is so much opportunity for diversity. UTA isn't just a police department. It isn't just being a train operator or a bus operator or working at headquarters in an office. There are mechanics. There are just so many opportunities for people. You can work here. You can have some sort of lateral movement within the company and still work on the same retirement. You can still work on the same goals, and you can just do whatever you want to do here. If I could have myself here now and my younger self and impart any wisdom to my younger self, I think that I would tell her that everything is a learning experience, and things that happen that are bad or good or don't go the way you want them to, nothing is irreversible, and you can learn from everything that you go through, your failures and your successes. Some of the earliest mentors for me in law enforcement are my parents. I grew up in a law enforcement family. My mother and my father were both in law enforcement. Just seeing what they do to make a difference in people's lives and help them every day was really impactful to me. And since I've worked here at UTA, a lot of our officers have 20+ years of experience. And I can honestly say that every single officer that I have worked with has mentored me in some way or another, whether it's giving a little bit of advice, whether it's correcting an action that I didn't do quite correctly, or it's me going to them and picking their brains and asking them questions. There's just a lot of people in my life that are able to mentor me to be the best person that I can be. If I had a superpower, this sounds really, really nerdy, and it's a question that I've been asked before by my friends or kids, and I would want to speed read and be able to retain all of the information that I read. I would just flip through a book with my thumb and just be able to read it all and just absorb it all. I would want the public to know that females can do this job just as well as males. And I don't like to be like the super feminist, but I think it's a really big step in the right direction for females. Only 13%, the last time I checked the statistics, of police officers in the United States are females. And I don't know why that is, whether it's because you've got a family or whether or not that this career isn't necessarily something that's becoming of a woman, or what the reasons are, but it's really great. It's really empowering, and I love that I get to show little girls at work and my daughter's friends that you can do this, and it's really, really fulfilling. I love being a canine officer. I think it's a little bit scary to go look for bombs, but I trust my dog, and I get to play with her. I get to have a partner with me every single hour that I work, and it's super awesome. I love dogs. Something that I wanted to let you guys know is something that I've wanted to do. A lot of agencies don't pay for recruits to go through the police academy here in Utah. Luckily, I was picked up by an agency who paid me to go through the academy, and I didn't have to fork up $5,000 and time to go through, time away from a job. Something that I really want to do is that when my time ends in this world, I want a scholarship fund to be put together for girls to go through the police academy. I think that's like a female-only scholarship to become a police officer. There are so many other obstacles in the way. Just one more way to make it easier would be completely worth it.